Well, I should say good morning, everybody from Los Angeles. We're out here with Writers of the Future. It's getting to be the wee hours of the morning. I'm keeping these guys up late so we can get finished. Yeah, give me your name.
Michael Pante.
Michael's always a good name. Arthur?
Yeah,
Illustrator? Oh, Arthur. Okay, we got another author in here. Where you from?
Yes. What do you think?
I know. I hear an accent there. I'm not sure.
England, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna because it didn't sound deep enough to be an Aussie.
No, England, but I live in Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh well, you must love it up there.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I know. I got a few friends up there. They say it's fat. They still got a little dangerous there for a little while when Angela Merkel went crazy. But other than that, they say it's fabulous now.
It is good. It's a good place to live.
It's a good place, and I hear y'all actually got the seed bank up there, the one that for the whole world's up there.
Yeah, I think that's in Norway. I think.
Yeah, I know it's somewhere right around in the general area. I don't want to sway for sure. Because the first time I looked it up, it said something about Stockholm, but then it said, and then it kind of blew you. And all I can remember is this big, long, rectangular building that goes in the side of the mountain. There.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a good place. It's nice and cold up there. And, so y'all ain't worried about the Russians coming to get you, huh?
There is actually a lot of worry at the moment, yeah.
Don't worry. They invade y'all. We will go their ass.
Yeah, that's what we're...
That we will put up with. Unfortunately, Ukraine, there's nothing we can do about it. We should honestly do something about it, but I don't see anybody getting moved. So it's surprisingly today, I was really surprised that it went down the way it did. And I got a lot of friends overseas. I mean, a lot. I mean, our audience is actually bigger overseas than it is in the U.S. We have a big audience in the U.S., but and I worry about Europe is an easy invasion for China and Russia. And it's easier for the people now than us because we're the whole ocean away. We got plenty of time to nuke their ass when they get over here. But y'all don't. The Canadians, I noticed the other day I got a Canadian host. Some of them sound just like Americans, but some of them have a leftover accent from England, which is a little strange, except for the ones in Quebec. They sound like the coon asses do. There's a whole big kissing cousin they call them Acadians. They even speak the same French as the ones in Louisiana do, which is not French, by the way. I don't know what the hell language it is. I had 2 years of French. I taught my grandfather. I said, what the hell are you saying? I'd recognize one word out of every 50. I said, it's not French. Oh, it's just a Canadian French. I said, no, it's not French. I don't know what it is. It's your own personal language is what it is. But it worked for them. They don't know what the hell they were talking about. I'm still confused about that. So what you wrote?
Yeah, I wrote Lilt of a Lark, which is in volume 38. So this year's edition.
And this year's edition, what's it about? You can tell us what it's about because everybody's going to read this one. So don't tell me the whole story. Tell me what it's about.
Yeah, so it's about a musician who has the power to change people's minds, sway their minds with his songs. Except the songs don't always go to plan. He has to sing about people, or about what they're doing, what they've said. The songs have to relate to them for it to work, basically.
Oh, that's actually kind of reminds me of the one in there about the lizards or something. I think there's one before yours about we'll talk about it later, but it seems to be that's kind of weird. That's an interesting thing because that's a concept they use in music today. When they write a music, it's actually a training program that does something along those lines. So the program uses different tempos to change your moods. It's a great program. They use it more for younger people and children than doing the best, but it works really good. When you said that about your story, it kind of gave me that same kind of feeling. Happy with the story. I know it won. Happy with it.
Yeah, definitely. Funny enough, that's actually where I kind of got most of the inspiration from, was just the idea of, obviously, music changes people's moods and it can affect people greatly anyway. It's any piece of music, right? So, if you take it one step further and quite literally change, make people do things with certain pieces of music, like I say, relating to them and what they do.
I'm sure the first judges are that type got their attention right off the bat. It's different. It's out there. It's something you can stand on. And I know those that are the leaders that submit them on. I didn't know that it came last year, but I know who that this year. and Mel running around her camera, man. Jeez, that's another insane. So everybody's been treating you good, no problems, nothing going on.
Yeah, no problems whatsoever. In fact, it's been incredible so far.
You ready for the gala?
Yeah, I'm getting there. We had our tuxedo fitting the other night. We went through some of our speeches today.
I see Todd's tuxedo. I love it. So he loves it. A couple of guys last year went a little risque tuxedo, and they look sharp up there. And I will tell you this, and that's what Chris got that going from the thing I told him the other night. I said, maybe you should go look at it. first, gives you an idea of how it's going to really plan out. Because it goes, you see the first games from the inside, but we've also got stuff that shows all the outside, and it's really nice. It's a lot of fun. There's really nothing to be nervous about until you step on stage, and even then, by that time, you're so hyped from everything that's going on. When I'm going through, it was like the fastest thing I've ever. It was a long little thing, and it was like, I was like, damn, was that fast, man? And you knew he was done. And I remember we got over there. His family was sitting next to him. He's one of the black guys. He was sitting next to me. He was from South Korea, and his mom just broke down in tears, and she was so happy. You could just see everybody wanted to hug her. It was just good. He was just stunned. I mean, his little guy from Korea came over there and learned how to speak English. Before the story got accepted and won the big one, which was kind of nice. And Barbara was the same way. She won because she was just a cop, middle-aged cop. Put the story out there, but she was smart. She wrote about something she knew, and she did psychic copies. So that was smart. So I was impressed with the stories that way. And I'm read these again because most of y'all stories are in my head, and when I start talking about, I start remembering. But I want to read them again just because we're going to be talking about them in the near future on a editor's note kind of thing. They wanted me just to review them, so I'm going to read them again, make sure I'm right on. But like I told you, when I went through it the first time, I was just happy reading. I was comfortable. It was just hard for me because it was like this, and it's a stand next to my big computer, so it was like this. And I actually had this little thing on this magnifying so I had my glasses, so it would just slide up and down while I was reading. It was actually soft play, which was nice and really, really enjoyed them. But I told him next year, make a damn audio book first. He said, you don't do that right away. I said, I'm special. Make the damn thing for me.
Good. That would be something.
And they go, and that's another thing. I always get that option. Audio books. I always tell everybody the same thing. If you go on audio, just make sure it's got somebody with your voice. That's Microsoft sanctions suicidal stuff, man. They're getting better with voices out there, and there are professional readers out there, professional voices. And that's just another way. It's just another way. And then, of course, there's ebooks. I don't know how y'all feel about ebooks, but see, my wife buy ebooks. You could give her. Matter of fact, ebook has give me 4 months, and she won't read it. I got a beautiful. I said, and she said, I can't feel the page. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I said, get in the future, woman. She said, I want a book. I said, but you pay it, I get it for free. I want a book. I'm like, all right, we should. Yeah. Now, before Katrina, we had a library of more than 5,000 books in the house, reaching massive amounts. We had every book that was in the house. We had a Linden library, which Linden from paranormal, mythology, the whole host of our and in the southern part of the U.S., they're really big into these little mini libraries. Put in front yard, they put 20, 30, 40 books in. And like in we just bought a house in I can't remember. It's outside. It's inside. It's called East Beach, and every other corner there's a little library, and there's tons of books. And they just rotate them through there, and you put a book in, take a book, and it's just nice. It's an artist community. They do a lot of reading in there, and so they actually built a specialty library in that community to put books in for sale. So that's all this thing. The ebooks are cool. I mean, there's always going to be an audience for ebooks, and it doesn't matter what age people. Some people just like reading ebooks. They like to have the packets. Some of the old people I know like the ebooks because they don't have to wear their glasses. They can make it open. It's backlit, so they don't have their lighting. They can just read, and they like it that way. Some people just need to feel this. They just need to feel that tactile sensation. I don't know what it is, but they need to feel it. So it's good to go. I think it's good all three. Ebook, regular book, and now I do have a few friends that only will buy hardcovers. And it's when you first doing books, it's hard to come out with a hardcover because they're expensive.
Yeah, they cost a lot too much.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be buying it out because they're sending me a binded version of this one. But I wish I had it now because y'all going to be doing so. Wait till y'all get the autograph. Y'all going to love this. Some of y'all are much faster writers than others because so they're passing all these books around, every signing, and then there'll be a log jam because somebody can't sign fast enough. So we're all over there helping them fill the pages and get signed away. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of crying going on. I forgot to ask the other two authors this. Artwork to your book. How'd you like it?
Oh, it was amazing. Absolutely blew my mind.
That
was actually one of the things that right from the moment I got told that I'd won, that I was looking forward to most, was seeing someone else who is obviously an extremely talented artist bring your story to life in a way that either you haven't instructed them at all, they just read the story and deliver. And yeah, it blew my mind.
And I was amazed how they picked them. They did so well picking pairing their artists with the book.
Yeah.
Because to me, that seemed like that might be a little bit of a problem, a roadblock. Some people interpret stories differently than other people. So I was really surprised to see last year. There was lots of comment about that. Oh my God. they did the reveal. They did the reveal up here instead of downstairs last time. And man, it was tons of tears. Man. I mean, guys were crying, girls were crying, judges was crying. So I'm going to get go be back. So it was a lot of great. But that was I meant to ask the other ones about it because I always ask the artists about how do you feel about the one you vote for, and it is different. You know, you do it, you get out there, and that's your book cover. Well, that's your cover for your art and all. And one of the other things I wanted to ask everybody about this: they allow you to keep your work. Most publishing companies do not do that. When you learn this, it's their work.
Yeah.
And they say thank you for submitting you one, but we're going to be using this, that, or the other thing. And don't forget about Dragon Con. I actually met John introduced me to the owner of Dragon Con last year. And I'm trying to get him to move his studio in Atlanta to my sister's place. She runs the downtown area. She runs all the bookings for the downtown area. So I'm like, yeah, do that. My sister only big time, man. So she said, I said, I'll get his name. You can call him. And she said, what are you going to want with John? I said, I'm going to leave somewhere down the line, sis. She's very professional. Her husband does he moves all the hazardous waste materials across the United States. That's his job to make sure it's moved around the country safe. They paid that dude some serious money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was asking him, do you really like that job? He said, yeah, I'm good at it. I said, yeah, until somebody blows up or kills 10 million people or something, contaminates the city of New York. I said, then what you can say? That's a story you can write right there.
Yeah.
What you plan on selling? Where are you going next?
Yeah, so at the moment I'm writing a novel which is set in the same world as the short story. In fact, the short story was more of like a window into that world, right? So I'm writing that. The late great David Farland, me and him were pitching. We're in the middle of pitching to Bain Books when David unfortunately passed away. So that in the near future is something I'm going to try and salvage / build on. And yeah, move forward with that. I think.
Last year, I met the woman that's running Bain now.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she was at the awards last year. Yeah,
she wasn't there. I can't remember. She was.
Yeah. So that's I think for the time being, I'm done with short stories. And I'm going to focus a little bit more on novels. And, yeah.
She came and found me because somebody told her I was sending her a novel. I said, what? I said, you got the wrong place to be. She said, I said, dude, I don't even write. You got the wrong person. It's not me. I said, if I had a novel, I'd give it to you. You better do it. Wait, what is this? Let's put this to the side. But it's funny because it does feel like I've been channeling L line lately. Yeah. Because I just started writing. I mean, I wrote about the other night 3,500 words in like 25 minutes. And last night I woke up in the freaking middle of the night with this book laying next to me and just knocked out another 1,500 words. And since I got spell check, they're going to have to do grammar like you have to read. But I got lazy over the grammar. Other people had it for me. You don't have to do this shit, so they're going to have to fix that. Emily's like, yes, I get to see it now. I said, no. Because she made me go take the course twice. Because I always told them, and this is probably easy for everybody who writes except for people like me. My problem's always been, and that's why I like talking to writers and artists, because I never can get the filler. You know, I was driving down the highway, it was sunny and pretty. I just can't grasp that. I understand it. But for some reason, my imagination just will not. Even though I know the proper steps now, I didn't know if they were going to look better this year. I don't know how y'all do that.
Yeah.
Really that's just pure imagination is what that is. Unless you're writing about something you know about, then I guess it's a little bit different. I guess I could write about my front yard or something. I'm not sure how else.
Hey, everybody loves flowers, huh?
Yeah, I got black and looks like an alien.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I'll be doing a live show. The other night I had a black show on the Black Fest, and she was laying on a bed, and she was asleep. And one of the hosts said something. She cut her eyes, because she's solid black. Her eyes are jet black, so when she cut her, you see this little whites. What is that, Joe? I said, what are you talking about? Joe, there's something jumping out of your jacket. What are you talking about? And I reached up and said, you mean my dog? Get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? It's a damn dog. I won't let the other one because she's shedding right now. She's white, so she got to stay on the floor. It's interesting kind of stuff. So since you're overseas, especially being up in the Norwegian countries up there, I should say that, the northern, world, the cold part of the world.
Yeah.
It's the really cold part of the world.
Yeah.
There's a lot. You should have a lot of interesting stuff to write from up there. I mean,
Yeah. I think that.
Scotland's an interesting place. And there's a lot of different things going on there.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say that the landscape lends itself really well to writing within fantasy. It's really good up there
Yeah.
because I mean that looks almost like Game of Thrones when they go beyond the wall. That is pretty much Sweden, right?
It's like what was in the Vikings. I wasn't even a fan of it.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's so much to draw inspiration from that.
My wife's still in love with Ragnar. Yeah, and what's that new movie, Raised by Wolves?
Yeah, the series, yeah, right.
It's a 50-50, but right, so he's fat.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Leave the man alone. This is just too crazy. But it's again, TV people need writers. That show definitely needs a writer.
Yeah.
Discovery definitely needs a writer. Somebody knows Star Trek. It's Picard needs a writer. All these people need writers, and submit a story. And they always told me, and I've worked with a few people with these. Always trying to say, get these artists to submit to us. He said, all right, if we don't like it, we just won't use it. He said, if we like it, they're going to get paid, they get a mention, and if it's really good, they'll get asked to write more. A cousin of mine, he's been writing. He wrote for New Generation for 4 years. He was on the writers' team, and he got it by submitting a story, and it never gets when it wasn't at the board. It's very much a bigger story. He said he woke up in the middle of the night, and he came up with this thing about Picard being taken by the board, and he sent it to him. He wasn't mentioned anywhere in the story, and he said he got the cutest from his kid. Kept saying some weird name. Oh, he did. He was trying to sketch it out, and the kid was saying Crudius or some weird name. He came up with the cutest from it, and he did 2-part, and that's the thing. He had said some stuff earlier. They had put him on a team, and I think he got off for a while, and then he submitted that one, and they kept him. I think pretty much the series was done, and he was like, and he was amazed at it happened.
Yeah.
He had not a clue. He just did it. That's why I tell people, if you don't submit, you can't get a job, you can't win, you can't do anything. You've got to submit in order to make a difference, in order to be comfortable, or to get a job or anything. And you never know until you submit a story.
Exactly. You'd be surprised how many people are held back by that initial fear of submitting or sending stuff in. I mean, it takes quite a lot of people a long time before they let anybody else read their work. They write for themselves in the beginning, and it's a process to open up and actually be comfortable with people reading your work.
Well, most people want to be criticized.
No.
And and I like that these groups get together from Writers of the Future and they work the stories before they submit a place, which is a good idea. And somebody asked me one time, "You're not worried that they might steal your story?" I said, "Well, if you submit it to them, you can pretty much prove that you're the one that sent it." I said, "Everything on the internet's traceable now." I said, "So," and they're like, "Yeah, but you're still taking a big risk." I said, "Maybe." I said, "I haven't really seen that problem yet, but it is true. I guess it could be a risk." It's so just novels, any short stories, children's books, maybe.
No, actually, I'd say novels. Short stories is something I actually had never written a short story before I entered the contest. So that was I decided to write short story with the aim of winning the contest. So now I'll go back to novel writing with a little bit.
You just put Dr. Who in there something and submit it to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's weird, but there's a lot of this going on. And God knows that we need a writer right now.
Yeah,
writing is not all that great. Favorite genre?
It's fantasy. It has to be fantasy. I mean, I dabbled very, very limitedly in sci-fi, but I would say secondary world fantasy is my thing.
Yeah, I noticed not just the authors, but I noticed all of the illustrators too have a favorite genre.
Yeah,
they like to work in.
Yeah,
I just wish I would have all of it. I'm greedy. I don't care which I make as long as it's good. I'm going to see it. It's really, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm so tired of seeing the same old. You know what really bothers me, and you can chime in on this, is how much stuff you remake. Okay, you get a great original, and then you remake. So, like my son went and watched the original. Wow, this is better than the remake. Because it still holds up.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would have, my favorite scene there, and Picard says, I'm going out there like a wild ass. For some reason, that sticks in the back of my head. I guess because of Star Trek. It is a good scene, he just laughs off and walks out and leaves. That's a good scene. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping this guy does too. And but a lot of the old ones can be remastered, and even young people today, especially the Z gens will watch it and like it. But when you take a story and you try to take a story and bring it to the future, it's fine. But when you try to add it in the wokeness into the story that came from the past, it never works.
No, I agree.
And regardless where you feel about where we are that way, just some things just don't meld together.
Yeah.
Especially some of the old kind of guys back then, they were man, so they don't really play well. You add them to other things. It's a strange thing. You gotta try. I'm just tired of seeing remake. I don't even care. Stop remaking shit. I know we got imagination because until I came to here, I thought imagination had died on this planet.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting you, man. I'm like, oh my God, what has happened to our planet? We just remake. Stop remake. Give me something new. Give me something I'm watching and I have no idea how it's going to end. And so I'm like, look at that. All right, that's great. So anyway, I'll put your website so we can use the guys. I know we're all tired.
Yeah, so the website is michaelpanter.com. That's Panter, michaelpanter.com. There's some award-winning short stories on there that you can read, a couple of novellas as well if you want to get a feel for the sort of stuff I write. Like I said, it is mainly secondary world fantasy. So if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, The Name of the Wind, that sort of stuff, that's sort of the things I write. So yeah, head on over. My socials are Michael Pante 5 on Instagram and Twitter. So go over there, give me a follow if you want to keep up to date with everything that's happening.
You write a novel when the Queen invites aliens to reunite the Empire. I'm just saying, it's not new, man.
Days of old, yeah.
Any parting words of wisdom before I let you go?
No, I mean, well, actually, yes. To the people who are thinking about submitting to the contest, or who are just thinking about starting writing, have that ambition, do it and do it at your own pace, and do it something that you love. Make sure that whatever you're writing about is something that you care about, and then you can't go wrong with it. Even if nobody reads it, as long as you're happy with it, that's the main thing. For those who do want to enter the contest and take their writing to the next level, there is quite literally no other contest on earth like this one. And as they always say, you have to be in it to win it. So
that's true, you do. And these people are definitely different than a lot of people I've worked with. It was hard for me to get behind it, but now I'm behind it. Now remember too, before I let you go, and something loud too. Coast to Coast is a good place to get suits. The Coast won't bring on like what we call commercial stuff, so they're not gonna let like somebody from Raise the Future come represent yourself. But people like y'all, they want new stories, they want novels, they want stuff that is out there that's good. Award-winning helps. Anything that you can say I won an award for automatically helps. Now, and you don't necessarily have to do the whole 4 hours. Sometimes they'll do shows where they have an hour for each person that come on. And they're like me. They like to give authors a chance to get into the world and get it out there. Because George is probably tired of seeing the same old crap. And sci-fi has gotten to the point where, I mean, we had to change our Star Trek and add another whole multiverse just so we could turn it into something else. So we introduced the new Ozzy Kirk. Wait, even Ozzy, who was it? I'm getting confused with somebody else. Oh, the Ozzy was Thor one. Sorry. Well, there's 3 Chris's there. There's you got the Chris from playing Thor. You got the Chris from Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you got the Chris from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like, we got 3 Chris's. Hey, we got another Chris downstairs. Maybe he might make it somewhere. I have no idea. But yeah, don't remember stuff like that can't help you out. And there are other shows that you can submit your stuff to that do stuff like this. There are radio shows that just do authors and artists. So it's a good place to submit your stuff. It just gives you another place for people to see your material and find you. Anyway, I'm gonna let you get. We're gonna get somebody else on this.
Thank you very much.
Get these out of here so y'all get some sleep in the morning so y'all not completely cussing me.
Yeah.
And
well, thank you.